Okay, oh, okay, it started. So now what I want to do is I want to make a cranium. So for the cranium, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a polygon sphere. And here, let's just get the two panels side by side. We'll pull my sphere up. Okay, and let's also, we'll make it bigger. Okay, the first thing is it'll need to be bigger. And then the next thing is, to make this all fit together, I've found that if you go in here and you grab the sphere and you make the North Pole and the South Pole go old Damnation Alley and spin here to the sides, life is better. Okay, let's go to the front view for a second. You can see it's too big. I'm just going to grab my scale tool and I'll scale it in. Okay, great. Maybe I'll scale it this way a little bit. And also I've got too much geometry. I, for some reason, always seem to find that if I go to 16 and 16, here for the subdivisions, this typically fits quite well. Yeah, so I'll do that. And then what else do I want to do? Let's get rid of some of these faces here. Delete. Okay, and I'll just kind of get to the base of the skull here. And let's call that good. And some other things to think about. We're just going to get the soft selection on. And I'll use my scale or my move tool. We'll pull this forward. Okay. Remember that your head is kind of eggish. Okay, it's an egg shape. And here, this looks kind of weird. There's too much of this cone head thing going on. So I'm just going to go in and I'll grab a few vertices here. And if I scale those out a bit, yes, like that. And then I can grab these ones on the bottom and I'll bring these back in again. I'm pretending that she has no hair. Okay, and let's do this. Okay, and that's not looking too bad. Not perfect, but it'll do. Also, to make sure you take a look at it from the top view, because it's supposed to be very eggy from the top view. So if I grab, say, these, and then I go in and I quickly scale those down a bit, there we're getting that eggish butt shape in the back of the cranium, kind of bigger back here. Okay, and next thing is the ear area here. This whole area doesn't seem to be fitting very well. And so, let's just go and grab all these vertices here. I'm just going to grab the move tool and see if I can move them without moving the shape too much, and that seems to be not too bad. And then maybe I'll just kind of scale those out a bit. Maybe my soft selection's a bit too big. Okay, and I'm just going to grab that and see if I can just move this over here. And these are lining up quite well. And again, this will make you very angry and frustrated if you're trying to do the same thing, because that's hard to do. And actually starting to look like a cone head again. Let's go to the front view. And if I go and do something like this, and I scale that out a bit. Okay, later on I can sculpt this out too. Take a look at it in perspective. Put some perspective on it. And actually it looks kind of weird here from this angle. Okay, so something like that. That should be okay. And there's this kind of weird butt head thing going on back here. Okay, but I should be good. Okay, we'll call this good enough for now. And maybe this area here... let's just go in and I'm going to deselect this. I'll push that in a little bit so it matches up with the ear a little bit better. Okay, and we'll call this good. Actually, I'm just going to pull this back. Okay, I've somehow gone off a little awry. Something else I should do is just get rid of this other side here. Boop. There, because we don't need that. Okay, what are we at? 4 minutes? Okay, me horsing around, and there's my reasonable cranium. And I'm just going to take these pieces here, and I'm just going to go and quickly hit Mesh Combine. Boop. Notice when I did that, this other side piece disappeared. I think that was an instance, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, great. I'm going to show you another trick I like. I'll just also get rid of my history before I do it, and then I'll go in here to Mesh, and I'll hit Combine. Delete the history again. Okay. And now we can start joining these pieces up. But before I do, one of my other favorite tricks here is I like checking between 1 and 3 all the time for smooth and hardness. And I actually like modeling when it's kind of hard edged more. So I'm going to go here to Mesh, and if I go to the Smooth Proxy, there's Subdiv Proxy, and I put on my favorite settings, and I usually take the subdivision levels, put them up to 2, and then I go to the mirror behavior, and because I'm working on the positive X, I can go to half and put that to negative X. And I don't want to get a transparent shader because the transparent shader drives me crazy, so I'm going to put it on keep the current shader that I have. When I hit smooth, I get that. Okay? And so now, as I'm working, I can see the rough side and the smooth side. Kind of like some weird McDonald's campaign. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and start joining pieces together. So if I grab those vertices and maybe hit Merge to Center, I'll do the same thing here. G, G, G. And look at these ones. Oh, again, this is going to tick people off. There. And what is that one there? It looks like I could screw that up a little bit. What if I did this? So I just merged that and I made a triangle. That's okay. We can come back and fix that later. I can go ahead now and use things like the append. And hit G. You know what? That would have almost worked out perfect. I didn't even need to do that. I just take this edge and I go up here to Edit Mesh and I hit Spin. And I'm just going to hit G. And then to get rid of that thing. Boop! There we go. Let's see how does that look on the other side. See that weird green thing there? Remember the proxy. Come on, just let me select the frickin' proxy. It's just an issue with the Lambert one. So if I just go and apply Lambert 1 to it again, that usually goes away. It's a little bit of a bug. Okay, so now these two things are attached together, and then up in here, if I stare at them long enough, I'm going to get the append out again. Got the append right. Yep. And I kind of look where these things are matching. There to there. I'm just going to hit G. So I went from there to there. I don't know if I like that quite the same. How about this one here from there to there? Actually, I'm beginning to wonder and questioning myself if I had gone, no, that would have been stretched too much if I went that way. And fill in this area. Maybe I can go from here to here, and I'll hit Enter. And then maybe just grab this edge. What time are we at? 7-minute mark? Okay, great. I go into Mesh, Fill Hole. That's filled in. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my multi-cut tool out. And let's see, as I'm going across here, I just got to figure out which way I want to deal with this. All the ways I can get rid of my bad topology. Actually, let's just go and pop this up to here. And then this one, let's see, if I make this, if I put that there, that's going to be really stretched. That's going to give me a weirdo geometry here. So I'm going to go like this. Okay. And then I've got a 5-sided right here. I'm going to do the same kind of thing from here to here to here to here. And actually, maybe I'll just stop for a second. If I hold down Control, quickly pop in the edge loop, and then pop that one there to there. I can come back and fix that later on. I'm not totally sold on this. And how about right across here? I'm just going to go in and pop in an edge loop. Okay, there, it's looking not too bad. And maybe here I feel like I'm getting not enough geometry, and I'm still not crazy about that, but whatever, I'll deal with it. And what if I go like this and like that? Boop! And then I'll go up here and I'll pop it in it there and there. There we go. Boom. And I'll fix that stuff later. But those pieces are joined together. And sometimes it's nice to put on your wireframe unshaded to see what you've done. I could spin those around. I'm not crazy about this. I'll think about it afterwards. Okay, so what time are we at? 9 minutes? Should I stop and then I'll just build the jaw on the next one? I think I'll do it like that. So I'm just going to take this and I'll stop right here.